Hey, how's it going today? Dylan here. Welcome to my review of Mission Impossible Fallout. First off, I'd like to really thank Paramount Pictures Australia for inviting me to the Adelaide premiere of Mission Impossible Fallout, which was earlier tonight. It's actually quite late at the moment, which is why I might look a bit tired. But I had to get this out, and I really want to kind of be more on top of my timing for reviews. So let's get to it. Mission Impossible Fallout. Obviously, it's directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who directed Rogue Nation before it, and did an uncredited rewrite on the fourth film, Ghost Protocol. Now, I'm going to be honest, I was super hyped for this film in the lead up, like in the couple of weeks. Originally, when it first, at the start of the year, I wasn't that hyped. I was like, oh, another Mission Impossible movie, blah, blah, blah. But recently I grabbed all of the Mission Impossible movies, rewatched them all, and the trailers for this film have been so good. Best of the year so far, most definitely. I found only in the last couple of weeks my hype levels were blowing out of proportion. I was worried that the movie wasn't going to be good compared to my level of hype for it. But I'm very happy to report that this film is actually really fantastically made. I have a lot to talk about with this one. So Fallout, as I'm going to refer to it from now on, because I can't bother saying Mission Impossible Fallout every single time, follows obviously Ethan Hunt, played by Tom Cruise, again, with a vast array of characters from previous films, as he usually does, helping him out. I get the feeling straight away that this film is probably the film that Christopher McQuarrie always wanted to make, and Rogue Nation feels like a kind of stepping stone. He obviously wouldn't have had the balls to go absolutely crazy all in as he did for Fallout, because Fallout feels like if you grab the best parts of the previous installments, the kind of espionage of 1, the first one, the action from 3 and 4, and combine them together with the style of 5, which is Rogue Nation. This is where you get what Fallout is. Fallout is an immense scale, and right from kind of the get-go, as soon as the story kind of gets going, and it's a longer story, it's like over 2.5 hours long, or just 2.5 hours long, I suppose. This is just an absolute relentless slew of action and tenseness. It's fantastic. I really enjoyed myself going to see this. The only downside to this movie is that the setup right at the very, very beginning feels a little rushed. And I was sitting there thinking, oh, this is a bit rushed. I'm not sure why they're doing this. But then it became apparent that even though it's 2.5 hours long, this movie, there's lots of room, it does not feel that long. And once the story gets going, as I said, it's just boom, 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 continuous, almost, as with minimal breaks in terms of pacing and tension. Visually, this film looks fantastic. It's obviously shot anamorphic again. Christopher McQuarrie likes that, and most Mission Impossibles are shot this way. It's shot on film, and this film looks spectacular. The color grading and the look to it just ooze cinematic look, and the anamorphics they use are really milky, like the really shallow depth of field look fantastic. In terms of the story, I really enjoyed it, and I think that this story, although it's kind of a little bit straightforward most of the time, it has lots of great kind of set pieces, set piece after set piece after set piece. There's a particular shot that's in the trailer of them skydiving out. What most people might not necessarily know is that's part of a one-take sequence. Like, how do you even imagine that taking place? But it was great. That happens towards the start of the film, so that's really good. I like when trailers kind of mainly show stuff at the beginning, in the first half of the film, because then the rest of the film kind of surprises you and has new things. In terms of stunts and set pieces, this film astonishes. There's so much done practical, and you can definitely 100% tell when it is. It's really good to see that these days, and Tom Cruise is a bloody machine. He's insane with some of the stuff he does in this film, and when you can clearly see that it's most definitely real what he's doing. Obviously, they can paint out some safety harnesses and things like that, but it's still real, still happening. This is a real good effort and shows that he's not slowing down really at all. This film kind of it just ramps up everything to 11, the whole film. It's fantastic. I've said fantastic too many times. In terms of characters, most of them return, the ones you're used to. Obviously, you see in the trailers. And there's some good little twists in there. Some great mask reveals. Everyone likes a good mask reveal in Mission Impossible. There's throwing a good foot chase in there as well. Of course, every Mission Impossible has one. I also really want to mention the fantastic score for this film. I wasn't really feeling it at first, but when it started to ramp up, it's one of those scores that has like a next level of volume. And it really ramps up, taking the themes from the previous films and kind of mixing them together and changing them a little bit to a different kind of feel to them, but the essence is still there, and the build-up and the score is really fantastic, and has some great moments of silence as well. There's a bathroom scene fight which is perfection, literally. It's a great, really well directed scene, and there are moments in the film where they just use no sound at all, pretty much, which really good effect. My whole cinema was gasping. Humor-wise, this film pretty much hits the mark every time. Again, my whole cinema was laughing with most of the jokes. There's a lot of kind of like funny jokes from knowing the series, like little nods, which were great fun. All in all, this was a fantastic experience, and I had the most fun I've had at the cinema in a while. It was just some really good fun, well-directed, perfect action film. I'm going to be giving Mission Impossible Fallout, which by far is my favourite of the entire series of Mission Impossible films, a 9 out of 10. So thank you very much again to Paramount Pictures Australia for giving me tickets to this premiere. Very, very thankful, and hopefully we get to work together in the future. Definitely go check out my Mission Impossible ranking video that went up 2 days ago in the lead up to this. See how I rank the other films. This is my new number 1, so just move everything down by 1 and you're good. If you like the video, leave a like, hit subscribe if you want to see more, and hit that bell button so that you'll be notified of new uploads when they become available. Hit me up in the comments or on Twitter, always open for a chat. Follow me on the links below. Until next time, take care.